I'm serious. I'd like everybody to welcome Kenny Johnson.
It's funny, it's been a while since I've done a gig like this, so I'm just out of curiosity, how many single guys do I hear tonight? Do I have any single guys? Alright, we got a couple of them back. Yeah, I unfortunately also fall into that category. Oh, well, you get used to it. But, the problem these days is, with relationships is more and more it seems that every day people just look to television for everything. And this really doesn't work with how celebrity relationships are going these days. Take Britney Spears, for instance. You know, I think the only thing shorter these days than a relationship is their hairstyle. Oh, I heard the short leak is in. You know, those of my friends were saying, wow, I could not believe that she shaved her head. I'm sitting here thinking, wow, I can't believe it wasn't a wig. But anyways, a couple years ago, I think I was 13 at the time, I met my first girlfriend, which ironically, her name was Brittany. I didn't realize this until like a few minutes ago, but anyways, she was, because she's the kind of girl, you know, she would just like rock the house everywhere she goes, this pure rocker chick, and you know, she is just excited and energetic. Which worked out pretty well for me, because with girls like that, you can act as crazy or as insane as you want, and they really do not care. But, anyways, we had a school dance coming up, you know, I was just really excited about this. You know, I had to do something special for her, because, you know, everything has to be perfect, you know. So I decided I pulled up all my money, and I took her to the fanciest Mexican restaurant I could afford. She loves Mexican food. So after we leave Taco Bell, we head up to the dance. And, you know, with women like this, everything has to be fancy, you know, you get out of the car, and all I had to have done is, you know, you get out of the car, you come around, you open the door, you say something that sounds like it's in French, and then you walk her in, you know. It's like, oui, oui, here we go, mademoiselle, you know. Something like that. But I just completely blew it. I did probably the worst thing I could have done. I got out of the car, and I started walking toward the dance by myself. About halfway there, I realized I forgot my wallet, so I turned around. Needless to say, I got the cold shoulder for quite a while. But anyways, it's a fun thing at that dance. Apparently, my best friend John hooked up with her best friend Crystal, and since me and Brittany go to concerts all the time, we decided to double date at this concert they were having at my church. Now, Crystal is a little bit evil. I'm sorry, she's like the biggest control freak I have ever met in my life. If you need an example of this, I'll tell you. Most guys, you know, are in the position, you meet a lot of women, you know, as long as they think they're in control, then we can get along with it. Crystal is the kind of person, she's in control whether you know it or not. And she has this glare to her, you know, she's going to stare you down like 20 yards away. And she would just like bring you to your knees. It was just so bad. She had this look. And, you know, John was not having a good time. You know, he's just sitting around, you know, because every time we started to have fun, she was giving that look. And, you know, I'm sitting over here and I'm like, you know, there's got to be something I can do for him to cheer him up. You know, I just got to do something so spontaneous and insane that everyone will start laughing and we'll get along fine. So I don't know where this idea got into my head. True story. I ran up to John. I picked him up, I flipped him upside down, and started running him across the concert floor. About 20 feet in front of us, and I look up, and there was this giant row of chairs. Right after I see this row of chairs, I accidentally trip over my left foot, lose grip of John. He falls straight down from about 3 feet and hits straight on his head. I somersault forward. And the second he comes to, he runs up to me, punches me right in the face, and says something I don't think I'll ever forget in my life. Unfortunately, I cannot repeat it here. But Brittany is over there, and she's pretty calm about this, but she is just embarrassed out of her mind. She just, oh my gosh, I do not know this guy, I do not know this, you know, over and over again. Crystal, on the other hand, is just giving me the look like she's never given it to me before. She runs up to me, steaming, and I'm like, what the heck are you doing? I don't know what the heck are you doing? What were you even thinking? Picking him up and running him across the floor. I said the first thing that comes to my head. I'm like, I was trying to have a good time. I thought he needed a better view of the floor. It's like, oh yeah, that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, kill my boyfriend, why don't you? Why don't you put that in your dumb show? So I did. Anyways, after that I met my third girlfriend. And you know, she was a completely different personality. She was one of those pep-happy, you know, roses and rainbows people. And you know, I will give you a hint right now. These are not the kind of women you want to date. And I will tell you why, because you will never find, like, they'll never take you seriously at all. And this is what I mean by that. I'm talking on the phone with her. We've been going out for a couple months now. And I'm just feeling really into this relationship. And I just bust out and say, Kelly, I think I love you. I get about 20 seconds of silence. That's already freaking the heck out of me. And all I get is a, aww. Now you understand how this would stun you. This is about the same as if you were to propose to somebody, have them hit you with pepper spray and say, okay, I'll marry you. And I'll never forget this. This was probably the most embarrassing moment of my life. It's the end of school. I have Kelly and we're giving her a hug goodbye. She turns around and this kid bumps me in the back. I accidentally lurched forward when he bumped me, and I bit her in the back of the head. She starts laughing instantly, you know, obviously I'm just going with it, hoping she thought I was making a joke or something, you know. But, one more piece of advice I'll give to single guys. Pickup lines do not work. Believe me, you know, all my friends, you know, they've tried them. They usually get slapped in the face more than I do. So, you know, the only one I ever tried, you know, it didn't even work for me, is everyone's done this at least once. You know, you're playing mini golf and, you know, they suck and you go up behind them and you try to help them out, you know, that didn't work. One thing I did find out that worked for me is one time I took one of my girlfriends to a bagpipe concert. The second they started playing, she just grabs onto me for dear life. She was so scared. Yeah, I felt like I killed her over there. Hi man, why are you making fun of the Irish culture? And I'd be all bagpipes in Ireland. And believe that's what he's thinking before I start heckling him in front of his own audience. But now he's thinking, oh, you think you're tough, me boy? Well, I got a black belt, we can take this outside, don't you know? Well, I've had a lot of luck with that. Alright, that's my time, guys. I gotta fight with a black belt, so I'll see you later.